Do you know what is the most powerful thing that can completely transform your life, even if no one believes in you? The consistency. And that's what we'll talk about in today's Impact episode, consistency versus talent. But before you dive into this conversation that can become an important key there inside your heart, take a deep breath and stay with me. I promise this video will mess with you in a positive way. It will open your eyes, it will give you clarity, but mostly it will give you courage. And before you start, let me explain to you why it's so important for you to hear this content to the end. Here we believe that learning English, or anything in life, is not just about decorating words or understanding grammatical rules. It's about transforming the way you see yourself in the world. It's about building a new version of yourself, one that has more confidence, more freedom, and more possibilities. And do you know what is curious? Many people say they cannot learn English because they have no talent. But what if the talent is not what really matters? Think to me. How many times have you believed you couldn't get anything because you thought it wasn't good enough? What did not have a gift? That was not born with the right way? The truth is that this thought paralyzes you. And the saddest thing is that he is a lie that a lot of people believe for years, and that prevents millions of people from going after their dreams, traveling the world, getting that dream job, or even simply expressing themselves with freedom. And this is where the great point of this episode comes in. We will put side by side two concepts that many people confuse or prioritize wrong: talent and consistency. Talent is what often comes naturally. That person who seems to have a gift from a child, that learns fast, who hits first. And yes, talent is beautiful, but he deceives. Because it can be fleeting, it may be lazy, it may not know how to deal with failure. And without practice, without discipline, talent dies on the beach. Already the consistency is humble. She is not shown on the first day, but appears after the 20th, after the 15. She builds herself in the shadows, the days when no one sees, when you wake up and do what needs to be done even without being willing. And it is precisely this silent, daily, repetitive practice that gives birth to true transformation. Do you know that student who didn't understand anything at the beginning, who crashed into all the words, who found it impossible to form a phrase in English? That student who thought, "Isn't that for me?" Yeah, this student can be you. And this student consistently transforms. Not overnight, but step by step. Consistency does not need stage. She needs intent, of patience, of faith. And I want to ask you something now. Are you willing to continue even when no one is applauding? Even when it seems nothing is working? Because that's where the champions are formed. This is when you plant invisible seeds that over time will flourish. And when they flourish, they will surprise you to you. You may be watching this video because you have tried to learn English several times and have given up. Maybe you think there's no way for that other people do, but you don't. I want you to know, this is not true. You just need to understand the power of repetition. The power to do a little every day. The power of hearing. Listening to English daily, even if you don't understand everything, it's like watering an invisible little plant. It is growing up. Gradually, but it is. Your brain is adjusting. It is forming new connections. You are learning to think of another language. And do you know what is most amazing? One day, without warning, these seeds bloom. And you start to understand. It starts to speak. It begins to express itself. And all this, not for talent, but for consistency. Therefore, in this video, we will show you why consistency is more powerful than talent. Let's give you real examples, true inspiration, and a loving reminder that you can learn English, even if you think you have no gift for that. But before you follow, you already enjoy and subscribe to the channel. Activates the bell. And if this theme has already moved you, comment below. I choose the consistency, because it will remind you tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, that your decision today can change everything. Now, let's go together to the content that can become a key in your heart. Have you heard of that phrase? Talent wins games, but consistency gets championships? It may seem like a sports metaphor, but in real life, in English, at work, relationships, it is a powerful truth. And you know why? Because talent can put you on the start, but it is the consistency that will take you to the finish line. Let's imagine two people. The first has an absurd talent. She learns fast, picks accent easily, has a great memory. The second? Slower. Make mistakes. You need to listen several times until you understand a word. Guess who usually arrives further? The one that doesn't stop, the one that repeats, that insists, that gets up after each error with more desire to get it right. Life does not award the fastest, it rewards the most persistent. And this is especially true for those learning English. Because yes, learning a new language is one of the most transformative things you can do, but it is also one of the most challenging. Not because it's too hard, but because it requires something that few people are willing to offer: daily commitment. And here's a secret that no one tells you. You don't have to study hours a day. No need to buy the most expensive course in the world. You don't have to have the best accent or decorate 1,000 words a week. You need one thing: constant exposure to the tongue. That is, listening to English every day, even if you don't understand everything. Even if it seems it is not working. Because it is. Your brain learns by repetition. This is how you learned Portuguese as a child. You were not born knowing how to combine verbs. You heard, wrong, imitated, repeated, and one day, started talking. And now, adult, the process is similar. But there is one detail. Now you need to overcome your anxiety, your hurry, your charge. What prevents you from learning English is not lack of capacity. It is hurry out of quick result. You charge yourself because you think you should already know. That is late. That will never make it. And when you don't see immediate progress, give up. But let me tell you with love, real progress is silent. He doesn't scream. He makes no noise. It happens while you are there, listening to a sentence for the 5th time, while mentally repeating a simple dialogue, while watching such a video and thinks, I didn't understand everything, but I understood more than yesterday. This is what matters. You are evolving. And now it answers me with sincerity. What is more valuable? Being talented and studying once a month? Or being normal and practicing every holy day, even for only 10 minutes? The answer is clear. Because consistency makes you advance, puts you in motion. Little by little approaches you to the fluency. And that goes for everything. For those who want to travel. For those who dream of a better job. For those who want to understand a song, a movie, a video on YouTube. It all starts with a small habit. And that's where true power lives. Not to be born with gift, but in becoming someone disciplined. And here comes a truth that can change your way of thinking. There is no fluency without frustration. And it's okay to feel lost. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay not to understand first. The secret is not to stop. And if you have gotten here in this video, it is because there is something stronger within you than the doubt. There is a true desire to overcome this blockade, to win something bigger. And I'm here to remind you, you can. You can learn English, even if it seems difficult now. Even if you have tried before. Even if you think there's no way. What you need, perhaps, is no longer a miracle method. What you need? It's a decision. The decision to continue. To listen to English today. To repeat that simple phrase again. To create a mini habit that will become a bridge for something much bigger. And if today you heard this video and understood 1 or 2 sentences, congratulations. This is evolution. This is construction. And if tomorrow you hear again and understand 1 more, this is fluency coming. Do not let the comparison paralyze you. No matter how much others are advancing, what matters is that you are going, at your rhythm, with your steps, but going. And do you know what is most beautiful in all this? It's just that when you choose consistency, you change who you are. You become someone who fulfills what you promise. That creates roots. That builds future. And that, my friend, that is worth more than any talent. So now take a deep breath for a moment and look at your own journey more kindly. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to understand everything at once. You just need to continue. 1 day at a time. 1 word at a time. 1 sentence at a time. Remember what we said at the beginning? That talent can shine fast, but consistency is what illuminates far. This is what I want you to take from here today. Your future does not depend on genius. It depends on your courage to persist even on days when everything seems difficult. And let's be honest, there will be bad days. Days when you will crash, where you will feel that you are walking in circles, where it will doubt if all this is worth it. And these days, it is the consistency that will hold you. It is she who will remind you, you've come here, don't give up now. And you know what else? You are not alone. Thousands of people, just like you, are also on this path. They also make mistakes, lock, cry, but they continue. Because they know it's worth it. It is worth seeing your brain understanding something that seemed impossible yesterday. It is worth pronouncing that difficult word for the first time. It is worth seeing your self-esteem growing. It is worth it when you realize that you no longer need to translate on your head. That is starting to think of English. That now, are you in control? And as much as progress is silent, one day he will scream so loudly that no one will be able to ignore. Not even you. But until that day it comes, you need to go firm. Remember that each audio listened, every video watched, every word repeated. All of this is building its fluency, brick by brick, until the castle stands. So here is my invitation. Practice today, even for 5 minutes. Even if you think it's little. It's better little every day than a lot once a month. Create a ritual. It can be hearing a podcast while washing the dishes. Watch a short video in English before bed. Repeat a sentence as you walk. The important thing is to make this part of your life. Natural, automatic. And never underestimate the power to return tomorrow. And then, and the next day. Because if there is one thing that consistency does, it is transforming the impossible into reality. And before we end, let me remind you of something simple but powerful. You are capable, and you deserve to live everything that learning English can provide you. Freedom, opportunities, connections, trips, dreams fulfilled. But above all, you deserve to be surprised at yourself. Now, if this video has touched your heart somehow, if this message inspired you to continue even on difficult days, I want to ask you something. Subscribe to the channel now. Here you will find content that motivates, teaches, and accompanies you on this journey. Activates the bell not to miss any episode. And tell me here in the comments, what prevented you from being consistent so far? I read everything, and maybe your answer helps other people who are also on this walk. Thanks for being here. You have no idea how this choice, from watching to the end, already differentiates you from so many people that give up before you really try. Back here tomorrow. Listen again. And follow. Because your consistency today is your fluent English tomorrow. You are stronger than you think, and it's much closer than you think. Go there and make it happen.